feel like I need to just get rid of this part. Oh god, no, never mind. It's not.
You cannot escape the chaos it has begun.
No, do you know what the worst part is? I can't even just choose to delete drawings, because if I do, it also deletes all Waffleberg changes to the map.
Hey, look, a graph of the temper of the average League of Legends player. So now that I've insulted your entire audience,
We have an audience. That's probably the funniest part of all this.
oof. I think we need multiple Fs in the chat for that one, boys.
I mean, occasionally we'll get some, but... Oh, who did that? Oh, actual Fs.
We'll get like 1 or 2 shares from Twitter posts, but that's
Yeah. I mean,
But we
it's
play
one of those things
fun.
where you'll... Like, a lot of them, they won't do too much, and then you'll just get one where it, for some reason, just explodes.
yeah.
It is official. Jack has asked Domino to fuck him. Time for another
Oh
month.
no.
Oh, not again.
Not again!
Mariah, no!
How
I mean, I
come
know you
it
said hard
isn't?
pass, but also Mariah, no. Anyway, greetings everyone and welcome back to the Dark Tides of Runeterra, I guess.
Where were we last time? Oh yeah. Who the fuck are you?
Actually, are we missing
Who
someone?
the
Someone's
fuck
not
are
in
you?
yet.
What you doing in my fucking shit?
The Raka.
No, it's Josh.
Josh.
I think Josh is actually BRB at the moment. He's muted.
Josh's verb, what a surprise.
He might be eating.
It will be for food.
Oh
It
yeah,
is
it was
always
for food, yeah. So, pretty much last time, you all ended up going to the Foundling Village. Well, you met a... Would it be a bit of a stretch to call him a bit eccentric, a bit unusual, a bit different? Basically, you met someone who really wanted a fight.
Hello?
And he sounds like that.
He apparently still wants it.
A borderline murder hobo.
Borderline murder hobo, which is fine because I've not murdered anything yet because you won't let me.
Yeah, because you found out what was destroying the village. Turned out to be Nar. And then some of the... I've forgotten their names now. Shitballs. Frostguard approached. Tried to take your Urquhart's new friend. But upon telling them that there was bombs on the ice and he was needed for such an event, they agreed to let you go ahead and defuse the situation, but only under the watchful eyes of one of them. So,
And also, we have to go do Shadow Isle shit, so they're letting us go after this.
yes.
Ah, yes.
Which kind of got your new friend excited over the idea of somehow fighting an entire island.
But just point him at freaking Mordekaiser and see how happy he is.
I mean, you're not wrong. Getting to fight someone that's almost near skyscraper size, that's just a giant suit of armor. But yes, you ended up heading back onto the ship, having a few arguments, having a few truths. Waffleberg almost dumping Kuiper, Jack, well, Alekxander, and who
Frosty
else was
boy.
it there? Yeah, the Frosty
The
boy
Frost guy.
down off the ship. And yes, I believe we were picking up just as you were getting into view of the Foundling Village. Not Foundling Village,
I think it
the
was just
Frostguard Citadel.
after.
Yeah. But also, Delris just switched. Alari switched out while they were sat at the table.
Oh yes, because too many people were trying to threaten you with bopping Alari on the head.
Yeah. So she was just like, nope, my sister can deal with this.
So yes.
And did with both Delris and Alekxander being like, who the fuck are you?
Just the Frostguard just watching this in the back. Just like... So yes, Alekxander, you have quite literally watched this blue-skinned, blue-haired person shift and change into a shorter-haired, red-skinned person. Oh yeah, Waffleberg and Kuiper got dragged into another room to deal with a slightly changed Potoo. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I kind of figured you did.
Thank you for the reminder.
You're most welcome. Head pats for the DM.
That is all I ever wanted. Either way, what are y'all doing?
I was like, who are you?
Jack?
Sorry, what? I mean, she talked to me. She cut out.
Yeah, she talked to you. She shouted at you. Who are you?
Oh wow.
Literally, who the fuck are you?
Give me a second.
As you saw her change from blue-skinned and blue-haired to red-skinned and red-haired.
Sorry, I had to put my microphone up and practice a Russian accent. Hang on, I'm terrified. I'm gonna come out with Scottish. I'm trying not to.
It's the temptation now.
Who
Since
the
you've been
fuck
doing
are
this.
you?
Yeah.
Who did you get in, mouse?
What you talking about?
Honestly, after transformation, I think I will be asking questions. Who the fuck are you?
Don't want to miss going towards the end, but it's fine.
Hey, I'm Delris. Who are you?
Somebody who is almost positive that you were somewhere else earlier. Somewhere else? Someone else. If you must know who I am, first I must tell you that Volleyball has given me the power to rip your arms off and slap you with soggy bits. Also, I'm Alekxander Romero.
I mean, I could just burn you. But
You
Look.
could try. It would be the first person to actually give me a bloody fight on the ship that isn't involved with trying to toss me off the ship.
I'm not sure we should actually fight on the ship.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, this thing's
Nobody
bar-
wants a bloody fight. Oh, we've gone Scottish again.
this ship is barely held together with wishes and dreams.
From what I have heard, Wish is very powerful. Surely it will stand a few fights.
You guys have watched the Pokemon TV show. You know how like Jessie gets when like somebody calls her old or something like that. Just Waffleberg, you just see as one of Waffleberg's eyes fucking twitch. And it's calling my ship shitty.
I think you may have insulted his ship. I do not think it is a wise
He's not-
idea. He may
not
flop
the
over and
trigger.
die if you talk about ship too much.
He's not in the room,
No, but I'm pretty sure you would have heard that scream from where you are.
probably.
It's not
Speaking
that
of which,
far.
why am I on this map? I should really throw
That's
you all
just
over to the
off-
gently used fisher for doing this.
That's just Waffleberg.
Waffleberg's shit sense is tingling.
So let me just try and figure out where peeps are. You're there. You're off the ship. Get the fuck off the ship. You're there. You're in there too.
Well, no, we were at the dinner table.
Oh, right. I don't know where the dinner table is.
Oh,
don't
it's
think
below
there's-
deck somewhere. So,
Yeah. So
Possibly
basically,
this
let's
way.
just put you somewhere there-ish. Like that, and that.
yeah. And the mother, she was there too.
Yeah.
That's her token.
That's her token. Just an odd scribble.
Truth be told, being a failure to your counterpart.
Hmm?
Counterpart is very grumpy.
Nara's probably playing with Pinco somewhere.
Alari doesn't like people.
But Laurie also does not like fighting, which is very surprising given how much she doesn't like people.
She doesn't prefer to fight up close and personal. She'd rather hit you with spells from afar.
I see. She is basic bitch. Understood.
I punch things.
I have already decided you are my favorite person on the ship.
Also, I was just shifting some things down to the map player, just like the text stuff, so I don't delete them by accident.
This is the first time that, like, Delris has been awake on the ship since they kidnapped their mother.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna look around the table. It's like, oh, where's everyone?
Holy shit, what are you doing here?
Feel like you should remember this, given you had argument with her earlier.
That was my sister.
She just
I'm
looks at
sorry,
you.
someone is going to have to explain this whole system to me.
She just,
One
Why
minute.
is this person now a different person?
she just looks at you, Delris. Thumbs over to the Frostguard. It's like, we've got a giant, silent, deadly creature over there. Yet you're questioning why I'm here.
This giant, silent, deadly creature, it's not too much of a surprise given these people, but, you're a bit more surprising.
I don't know if to take that as an insult or a compliment, or both.
It's neither.
So, strange question. I do not know how long I've been on ship, but seeing as actually fighting anything seems to be out of the question, the hell do you all do all day? What do I do all day?
Usually we
Also-
kind of keep watch for threats because we're usually being followed or chased by something.
That sounds like an opportunity for fighting.
I mean, to be fair, we'll probably run into one of our many enemies at some point. You'll probably enjoy that. But
And if it's not them giving people issues, from what I've seen of the few days I've been on here, it's this one or some of the others giving issues. She just thumbs to Mariah.
oh yeah, Mariah's chaos incarnate.
That is fair.
To be fair, I believe she is still holding her shotgun and probably aiming it at Delris, like going, "Oh, I wanted to use that."
I don't really know what to make of it. So what do you do when you're not watching? Sort of have to work out what to do with myself, seeing I can't do the one thing that I'm very good at doing.
We talk to people? Well, each other, but I also have a bunch of sending stones.
We've been setting up a fight pit.
Neck snaps 180.
You just see a little purple head poking out of Mariah's hair. It
You
just
have to
slowly
get
lowers back
right.
down.
I don't think I can fight that. I usually attempt to fight things of, somewhat similar stature.
Either way.
Because if it is weak, I will annihilate it. If it is strong, I will never hit it. Either way, sounds
Uh,
very boring.
Mariah.
On the ship, the one time we're not in mortal danger, so we all usually kind of use it as downtime.
Mariah, Delris, and Alekxander, make me perceptions.
Wait, that's actually happening. Oh god.
Yes. Alekxander, yeah, you're still trying to figure out the whole fighting thing. Mariah and Delris, yeah, you quite literally hear Waffleberg shouts, "The hunt is on," as well as Potoo running around.
Wait, what the fuck?
Get that thing away from me! Anesthetic! That is a chainsaw, not an anesthetic!
Actually, it's a buzzsaw, used for cutting bushes, whereas a chainsaw is used for cutting trees, and it's anesthetic!
I am starting to think you might want to put that man down. I think he may be becoming very senile in his old age.
Dude just immediately grabs onto the new guy and
I'm only 300!
I'm sorry, did he just state that he was 300?
I guess so.
It would take a few minutes. I've kind of forgotten.
Exactly sure how old he is. We just know he hates sandy places.
Well, that
Alexander,
explains a lot.
as an Iceborne, you know that Iceborne live longer lifespans than most humans. Waffleberg does not look like an Iceborne, so his long age is kind of confusing, yes.
So, does anyone here know how long it's going to be until we arrive at our next destination?
Probably not long.
Give it a day or so. Stellara just says as she walks past.
Oh my bloody!
Who
It's
are
been
you
a while.
clinging to, by the way, Potoo? Was it the Frostguard or was it Alekxander?
It's Alexander.
Okay, Alexander, you've got Potoo hiding behind you as Waffleberg's trying to find a way around you.
Is it me or has gravity just increased all of a sudden? That is besides the point.
He is very
So,
lightweight.
I've got to work out what to do with myself that isn't combat for all day. I haven't had to do this in a long time. Not since I was very, very small.
Like, look. So, also the thing, me and my sister share a body. That's the thing.
I sort of, well, actually, that's a lie. I was between either you share the body or telefract each other consistently, but that's besides the point.
Well, we were experimented on by a mad scientist who's also the one who planted these bombs we're going to go remove. And yeah.
I'm a simple man. Coming
Sure.
across this sort of thing, it is very unusual. And I mean, I have a very rough idea, but I don't think I've ever seen a bomb before in my life. I know roughly what they are. Magical things go boom. Sometimes not magical thing goes boom.
That's about enough you need to know.
Mariah,
I
someone
don't-
saying
I
that they
don't
have
know
never
how
seen a
much
bomb
you need to-
before.
I have no idea how I'm going to help you with this one. I do not know how to deal with a bomb.
Oh, you don't have to. You just have to help us carry them.
Actually, yeah. Mariah, what is your reaction to this? Someone saying they've never seen a bomb before.
I can show you.
No, not on the ship.
Yes. If I do not get to fight things on the ship, you do not get to show off flashy bombs on ship. Although I think you are too young to show off bombs. I make joke.
Not funny.
If I recall right, we said that Mariah's age is something roughly like 250 years.
Yes, but she will probably. I'm trying to guess based on her picture. She looks kind of young.
250 years young for Yordles.
Your comedy, clearly the comedy that my tribe finds amusing is not going to work here. But that just made communication even more interesting, I guess. Oh boy.
Well,
On
Waffleberg
other
is going
things, don't
to
make shitty jokes.
For ages. I remember mine now.
And what, pray tell, is that?
I'm 19.
That's surprisingly young, actually.
Yeah, I'm 19, and my sister's also 19 because we're twins.
Hi, 19. My name's Waffleberg.
How old can Iceborne normally live, Lee?
Iceborne have a. Hang on. Let me. Lol, wiki, Iceborne.
Funny thing
It
is,
also depends.
Iceborne too.
It depends on whether or not they're also infected by Lysandra's magic. Because
Yeah, because you've got like your
I-
pure ones, your true ones, and like your corrupted ones. I would say that
What about your
you would
change
probably
ones?
just be like a normal Iceborne, so I would go off roughly. How? I need to find out the thing of how tall is Aedrock's page again, so I can then find out the age of current Iceborne champions to go off
Didn't
the age of
realize
that.
that this question was going to
Do
require
we
so much
have?
math.
Do we have
See-
current ice champions? I think Lysandra's the only one that's naturally an Iceborne.
What about the Ash and
Even though they are Iceborne, they're only like in their 20s. So I would actually
They
go.
are nations.
I would base Alexander's age roughly more on Brom, who is confirmed to
Oh
be
yeah,
Iceborne.
Brom is an Iceborne.
Yep, Brom is
Yeah.
somewhere roughly between 45 and 55 years old, but still has the appearance of someone in their prime. So I'd say Iceborne probably have like twice the lifespan of a normal human, so like 200 at least. Is maximum is like the oldest they usually get.
I mean, I suppose that puts me on the more elder side of the ship then.
Delris and Alari have a long life ahead of them.
I have about 70 years behind me myself. I have fought a lot of things. 70 years is a lot of time to attack things.
Wait, how old are you?
70.
70.
70.
Oh, be young again.
See,
Ah,
because I remember, like, when we were looking at, I remembered our age because we were looking at the height chart thing when we were in the old house. And, like, we're 16 the last time our height was recorded.
Kuiper.
And I remember being 19.
This is a very strange way to check own age. Most people keep a track with birthdays.
Kuiper, if I recall right, you're the only one still up on deck at the moment, aren't you?
You
Or did you follow them
followed
below deck?
after. You just followed wherever Potoo and Waffleberg
Okay,
went,
so
just slowly and calmly.
You're in the room with them all as they're discussing this, just sipping your tea as you're watching this.
Yep.
I would like
I
to
don't-
say
I-
chicken alarm. What's going on? Chicken alarm.
See, me and Alari lost our memories when the scientist guy experimented on us.
It does not sound very pleasant. I hope you punched him very repeatedly.
I
Oh,
burned
we
his
did.
This makes Alekxander very happy.
feet off. Well, not off, but I burned him.
I was going to say, that's almost cruel. You should just
No,
murder them normally.
He still
We
got
tried.
feet.
Oh,
We did try to
But-
kill him. Got away.
that is fair. I mean, obviously, it's not fair that he got away, but it is fair that you did not simply torment. People like that, they should just be offed.
Yeah, I want him to die.
Completely understandable. I cannot imagine how stressful it is having to share the same body like that.
Especially when me and my sister have completely different tastes in people that we're interested in.
Oh, that must be a very interesting thing to.
So I should just,
It's terrible.
as you're putting the buzzer back, the Waffleberg, just like a flurry of purple starts emitting before you remember to quickly switch it off.
I must ask.
Waffleberg's looking around to ensure that nobody saw that. Takes the eggplant, puts it beneath his coat, walks over to the trash can.
I am very curious. When your sister, for lack of a better term, goes away, does she still, if you will, exist, or can she only exist when you do not?
No, she's still there. She doesn't know what's happening outside of our head. So I can talk to her, but like she can't hear or see anything that's going on outside. And we have really bad communication sometimes, so I don't always know what's going on.
See, so the only thing that you ever have to consistently share is the brain. The rest of it, you switch between, yes?
Well, yeah, sometimes she controls the body, I control the body other times.
I suppose there is a little bit of comfort there in that. At the very least, when you do switch, that you haven't just not existed. That would be like going to sleep and waking up in the middle of a battlefield. I've done that at least once, but that's a story for another time.
We've gone to sleep and woken up to see Lamb and Wolf before.
Who's Lamb and Wolf?
Literally, it's the god of death,
Pretty
essentially.
much.
Oh, you, the first time you said it, you blanked out, and I thought, did he just say the god of dick?
Yeah, the god of death. They are the
How
aspect.
common is it to just blatantly see the god of death, Lay?
Not very common.
Not really that common. I am actually looking just to see, because there's a thing on there it quite literally says, it all depends on whereabouts you're from, who you see. So I was just seeing if it said about what would be their connection with Freljord. And it doesn't say too much, so I'm guessing it would be more the tribe thing. So for you,
You must have come
Alexander,
back.
go on.
Go on.
In Freljord, it is most common to see the wolf due to the war
Yeah, I was about to
because
say,
he is the violent death.
yeah, I was thinking it'd be like a case of the Avarosans may be more inclined to seeing the lamb, but for the Winter's Claw, yeah, the
Yeah,
lamb you've not heard too much of. You've heard like maybe some whisperings from your rival clan, the Avarosans, but the Winter's Claw, they know all about the wolf, the one that comes to hunt after you've perished, the one final battle that you get to have before your soul moves on.
Awesome. Is it me, or have we headed further back into the clouds? It feels like gravity has yet again gone back down. Honestly, it feels like someone's dug their nails into my shoulders.
Probably
I would have
did.
known. Could have fought them.
I'm gonna roll something. Let's see who.
So,
Oh, fun times!
it's a
Fun
wolf.
times indeed.
But yeah, no, we went to sleep and we woke up. And well, we mostly see Lamb because she's nicer, and Wolf just wants to hunt us.
Mariah,
Both.
as
Yeah.
this is going on, everyone's voices begins to grow a bit silent as the world becomes more just hushed around you. Then a voice enters your mind. You're so close now. So very, very close. You will be the one to trigger it for us. You will be the one to release us. And in doing so, many treasures await you. And then audio starts to come back as you hear everyone else discussing stuff again.
So, if I may ask, how do you determine who is going to be watching the ship at times? You pull straws? Do you just make the runt of the litter do it?
We just kind of all do it sometimes. Whoever's driving usually as well.
as Waffleberg is heading up to the front deck, he's going to snap, and the armed rats are just going to all stare at Alexander.
Sorry, what?
When we first got the boat, it was filled with rats. So Waffleberg gave the rats jobs of security on the boat for cheese. And they've been paratroopers ever since.
So yes, you're quite literally watching, as Waffleberg clicks his feathery fingers, you quite literally watch as just a bunch of rats just emerge from every hole, holding tiny little shivs.
That is a thing that I have just witnessed. That is a thing that I have
It's
just
like-
witnessed.
Like the rat from freaking Harley Quinn.
It's Zani and plague rats are just super. They're super smart.
Yep.
Excuse me, I can't help but notice. Did you say you see the lamb or the wolf?
Hmm?
I heard something about the lamb or the wolf. Do you only see one of them?
No, I see both. But
Okay,
like
good, because I don't
Wolf-
think they're happy with me.
Wolf usually just leaves us alone because Lamb tells it to.
Interesting.
But
Why are
yes,
they mad?
I don't know. I
But-
recall seeing them. They gave me looks.
but yes, Mariah, that is up to you to reveal if you want to, that you heard that.
She will.
Wait, what?
I heard
You heard voices.
yes.
And they said, what?
Something.
Wait, just making sure it wasn't the eggplants, was it?
They said, hey.
No, they would have just said
going on?
eat me. It was about I'm being so close and opening something up and something like that.
I mean, perhaps you just need to go to the fridge and get a sandwich. Sometimes when you're hungry, your brain does weird things.
I don't need a sandwich.
Okay, you don't need a sandwich. It was a suggestion, not an order.
Oh, so hold on. Mariah, what did these voices say to you?
That I am so close and I'm going to open something and treasure?
Yeah, okay, so that might be the things that we really don't want to get out that's stuck in that ice.
That sounds like very interesting. There are things under the ice? Does that mean I can get them?
Oh.
Jack. Well,
Yes.
Alexander. You're trying to think about what they could mean about that. Make me a history check.
Ugh.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Sharks.
It's
Snow
mainly
sharks.
It's mainly because I've been doing some research before today's game all about this thing. Among Iceborne and just Freljord in general, the story of these things has just been devolved to the point where it is quite literally just a story. People think it's a fictional thing. But with a 2, you wouldn't remember that.
Truth be told, as a rule of thumb, where there is treasure, there is things to hit. I'm very interested. How do we do this?
No, we're not fighting them. We're just going there to remove the bombs.
We are not going to listen to the creepy, spooky voice that is in Mariah's head, apparently.
Says the person with the creepy, spooky thousands of voices within your swords.
There's a difference.
Yes, there is a difference. There's 1,004. Why are we listening to you? Stop that. That is terrifying. The only voice I've ever had in my head is my mother. That didn't last very long. I told her to fuck off.
That's called Oedipus complex.
What? So, I must stress this point. When do we get to fight? Because it seems like you always somehow don't fight things.
Look, this time, we're not gonna be fighting something. We're just removing the bombs. But after that, I don't know, where are we going after that?
I thought we had to go all the way back to, Bilgewater.
Are we going to Bilgewater again?
I believe there was something that we needed to stop by and speak with the fortune lady about.
Hey, what does Bilgewater be? Do I know what Bilgewater is?
Make me a rough intelligence with advantage.
Rough intelligence with advantage,
Yeah,
as opposed to a gentle intelligence with advantage.
Make me an intelligence with advantage.
Thanks to the advantage,
Yes.
because we're going anywhere.
As part of the Winter's Club, you know that Bilgewater is an area roughly over the other side of the world from you. Hang on, if I just pull up the world map, I can show roughly the direction. So, from where you are over here, at the top left in the Freljord, down
Sansa,
here...
you're fired from maps. Sansa, you are obviously fired from maps.
Down here in what is now Waffleberg world, because Santa got the map, these small islands here are Bilgewater. It's basically a lawless pirate state.
Oh god, we're taking him to an island next. He's going to want to fight the island.
Actually,
is this the island that you wanted me to fight? Because if it is the island that you wanted me to fight, I'm a very happy man.
I would like to state Bilgewater is in fact multiple islands.
Yep.
It is the Snake Isles, so there are multiple.
There are multiple small islands, but In general, they are known collectively as Bilgewater.
We are going to go see a lady there by the name of Miss Fortune, who has a job for us. I actually think it's not her. It's
Please tell me she did not make that name herself. That is
Yes.
terrible.
Her
Even
name
I,
is-
with my jokes, refuse to stoop to that level. That is
Her name is Sarah Fortune. Like that's her whole name.
Miss Bloody Fortune.
If I recall right, she started going by Captain Fortune.
mm.
I mean, that's a little bit less on the nose, isn't it?
I only know one captain on this ship, and that's Captain Waffleberg.
Well, I think it wasn't. She mentioned something about her friend from the church, Alawi, needing some help.
So this means that this is not the island you wish me to fight.
No,
I mean-
that one isn't, but that one is. Points to the Shadow Isles.
Wow, you can actually see that from here?
I mean, I'm assuming
No,
that
on the
when
map.
it came, yeah, I'm assuming when. I'm just generally assuming you've hung this map up now somewhere in there.
I mean, that is a very fightable island, I hope. I suppose with a pirate's den, I can at least find someone to fight. It's
Oh
Don't-
yes.
If it's Fortune and Alawi, we'll probably be fighting something on their behalf.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to fight somebody in Bilgewater, look for a few fellows that are supposed to be dead by the name of Gangplank.
Oh, you mean Gangplank?
That's what I said.
Alexander will take out a piece of paper and write down Gangplank must punch.
We last saw him when we were near Shirima, though. And apparently he's been hanging around Noxus.
You don't have to remind me about the fact that you threw me into that fucking desert.
If you're throwing him into deserts, I can sort of understand why he's like he is. You shouldn't
So-
throw people into deserts. If you want to kill them, just kill them.
No,
wa-
he just doesn't want to join us in a journey through deserts.
No, he was scared of the desert, but we had to get off the boat because it was about to disappear and Gangplank was trying to kill us, so
I mean,
I threw him out of the boat.
I'm going to be pretty pissed if you try to take me to. I'm not going to complain. Just going to look at you angry.
We're stopping talking about the fucking desert.
You know what? I agree with the bird.
Either way, if we do have a job in Bilgewater, but wasn't there something Mariah wanted to do?
Yes, there's the
Oh
because
yeah.
we're actually going to Bandle City first.
Oh no.
Because that's what I said. But because Mariah's been, she's going to university. They grow up so fast.
I do not think I want to sit around while someone completes multiple years of university.
No, it's not
Well, it's a
like-
week, I think.
What sort of university is only a week? I have never been to university and I know that is bullshit.
I mean,
No,
they're learning to drive mechs.
Excuse me, what? Does this mean I get to fight
Yeah.
a mech?
I think so.
I get to fight a mech.
Do you know what
No.
a mech is?
No, but it sounds big and dangerous.
It is.
we should never let him see the T-Hex.
A fucking what?
Just,
I think the
I feel like
question is
Kuiper's
what-
just like, God damn it.
Yeah, first face palm of the day.
Is that some sort of warlock? That's the only hex I know.
No, it's a giant. Wait, are we allowed to tell people?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little late now.
Oh yes. Well, it's a giant dinosaur robot that shoots missiles.
Sorry,
Also,
I'm
it's
going to
gonna
have
start shooting void bullets here soon.
Sorry, I'm going to have to stop you for a moment. What is a dinosaur?
You've seen a dragon, yes?
I have stabbed a few dragons.
Okay, picture a dragon with 2 legs, no wings, and just more pissed off and mechanical.
More pissed off than a dragon? I don't believe you.
Yes, also picture that it's got really tiny arms that can't reach people, but it compensates for that with atomic bombs.
Meanwhile, Kuiper touches his forehead and pretty much pulls out a blue memory strand, just depicting this TX.
Oh,
That
Oh,
looks
what's that?
That looks exceptionally fightable.
Yep. Since you have mentioned it and you pulled out the strand to show it, I can drag this onto show Jack a picture of what this thing actually looks like. So yes, this is what you see in the memory shard.
Struckosaurus with a Gatling gun, lads. Well, it has been very nice talking to all of you. But if we say everything now, we're going to run out of things to talk about later. So I am going to go and watch because I am very interested in finding things to hit.
I'm gonna call Nico. I haven't spoken to her in a very long time.
Do that? We can do that! We have sending stones that connect to it now, don't we?
Yeah, we can talk to Nico.
We have one for Rel as well.
I do have one for Rel. Yeah.
I wonder if we could get Kled.
So, as you...
I mean, he's usually hanging out. So.
Only doing everything in her way to not have to be Kled.
So, Kuiper and Alekxander, if you
I'll
both...
call Rel right now.
So, Kuiper and Alekxander, as you both head up onto the deck, you see ahead of you. Hang on, let me see if I can actually find a picture of this. Frostguard Citadel. Just so I can use this to help describe it. You see ahead of you, looming on the distance, what seems to be a large, ornate, castle-like structure with black stone walls rising up built into the quite literal frosty mountains themselves. And sprawling out in front of it are several long bridges.
Is that where we're heading?
I think that might be the case.
That looks like there may be things to fight in it. Yes, I have a one-track mind. What is it to you?
I wasn't going to say anything, Sip.
I think I mostly said that to myself, if I'm being honest.
So before preparations for landing are made, who is calling who? Let's get this done.
So should I call Rel or Nico?
Which one is... I don't know. Call Nico. We haven't talked to her in a while. We've only met around once. Nico, we've fought literal demons with.
Okay. Just kind of pulls out the Nico sending stone.
Yep.
Here, let's call that one cat person that we met in fucking the jungles.
Oh yes, we did meet a cat person then, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Hello?
So you're calling Nico.
Yeah.
And as you do so, it takes a bit, but she replies. It's like, hello? Oh,
hi Nico.
friend Delris. Hello.
Hi.
Remind me again,
You
sending
okay?
stones, it just sends over only what the person says. You don't get any background noises, do you?
It depends on how you've been doing, because we've done it where you can
think
hear shit as
confirmed
well.
with these ones. With these ones, we have confirmed they are special. I think we basically said that Waffleberg fucked with them. And so you can hear background sounds.
Okay, excellent. So as she's trying to talk, you're hearing a lot of bustling noises behind her.
Are you okay?
Who else is in the room with you there? Waffleberg, did you head back up onto deck? Yeah. So I think it's just you and Mariah in there, unless Potoo's still in there too. Okay, Potoo's still in there with you. I will let you free make me a wisdom check. Let's see if you can work this out.
Okay,
Try and
sorry,
figure
what's
out what
going on?
language they're speaking in the back. Mariah? No, no idea. Waffleberg is somehow listening in.
Not roll.
Alexander rolled an
I've-
intelligence.
I forgot
Wait, was I
some.
supposed to roll something?
No.
I had to dash off. No, I rolled that because just so I can remember campus.
Ah, okay. So what did Potoo get and what did Delris get for this?
Oh, what was I rolling? My
Wisdom.
apologies.
Because I was just
I
having the
got-
3 that are in the room. Oh, go on.
13.
Oh, is it not? It hasn't shown
Who's the
up
three
yet.
that are?
My internet's
Who's-
being weird.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
Natural 20.
Okay. Potoo, you
In
get
all,
this.
in all honesty, I've forgotten where Waffleberg is, so I'm just gonna say he's down there,
Okay.
and he just doesn't walk up the stairs. He just keeps trying to go up
Yep.
the stairs, but he keeps getting distracted because I've
And that-
forgotten exactly where he
That's
was
fine.
going.
In that case, Waffleberg and Potoo, you both get this. The language being spoken in the background, Shuriman.
Hmm.
Yes,
Waffleberg's
friend
in there.
Delris. I'm good. How are you?
Waffleberg is picking up the singing stone.
Hi, hello.
Ah! Isn't that Delris?
Scream once if you're okay, twice if you're not okay.
Can I not just say I'm okay?
Well, that just destroys the aesthetics of it. Who are the people that you're with?
You mean
She just looks around. Marketplace.
Where?
Shurima. Hang on. I will have to actually look up to see what the main marketplace of Shurima is called.
The bazaar.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. That's
I believe they call it the bazaar. Don't know why. I've not really seen too much bizarre things around here.
That's not why it's called the. Why are you in Dream?
Traveling.
Why?
Got bored of Piltover.
Shurima's worse. Don't be in Shurima. Go to Targon.
I mean, I have to go
Climb
through
a mountain.
I have to go through Shurima to get to Targon.
Learn to fly.
I mean, I could become Potoo, but I think that'd be tiring.
Sending stone back?
Fine.
Waffleberg's in their hand the sending stone to Delris. And then Waffleberg's gonna be like,
Sand is not good. Do not be in the sand.
It's like, yep, we know. Sorry about that. He hates that place.
I figured.
Yeah.
But it's better to always be on the move, just in case.
Yeah, so you've been traveling?
Yeah.
Where else have you been?
Well, I had to get through the jungles in Exile to get to here. Stopped by, say hi to Nidalee.
Oh yeah,
Then got here.
cool. Where are you going next?
Targon, I guess. That's what they said.
Wait, who said?
Waffleberg.
Oh, right, yeah. I just wanted to call and check in. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We've missed.
Oh. Go.
And we've missed you.
What you all been up to then?
Oh, we're currently in the Feliord.
You should tell her about the adopted child.
Just in the background, she'd hear just a Potoo going, "You should tell her about the adopted child."
What?
We kind of have an adopted kid now.
I thought that was just Mariah.
No, this one's an actual kid.
Oh,
Her name's Umpa. She's really cute.
she's going to make a check with disadvantage. Wow. With disadvantage, she still gets it. That's fairly Idian.
Yeah, we're in the Feliord, like I said.
Oh yeah, you did go. Did you find your parents?
Stares at mother.
Yes.
Ah, that's good. Always good to have happy reunions.
That's
Why
With
are
one of them.
why are they all laughing?
Because I may or may not have went to punch my mother in the face.
That's
And
not
by
a
that, I
happy
mean-
reunion.
And by that, I mean I totally did try to punch her in the face.
That's not a happy reunion at all.
No,
It was entertaining.
Draven's brother stopped me from punching her in the face.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, we ran into him too. Though he helped us get away from the Black Rose again, so. That was good, I guess.
And then you start to hear a lot of the noises just going off in the background, just like quite a few like voices getting louder. Hang on a moment. And then lots of panicked noises begin happening.
Nico?
Situation's happening here. I may need to call you back.
Just let
What situation?
A pill server situation.
Jinx?
No.
No, the ghosties.
Yeah,
Oh,
like some odd mist things pouring over the sun disk.
just get away. That's the bad stuff.
Nico, go try help people. Call back. And Deline goes.
Go.
They have people that can do that there. You get out. They have literal guards. That'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Just run, not into the sand. Get a flying boat or some shit.
I think she hung up.
She hung up.
Oh.
This is why I don't go to Shrima.
It's not
Like
happening.
that.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Sorry. I just saw no, sorry, I just literally saw a freaking thing of someone freaking marinating bacon in Coca-Cola.
Ugh.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Lee,
That's
was
not a
the bladed fan ranged or not? I can't remember.
The blades themselves are close combat.
Okay.
But the Ergust, I believe, is a range.
Cool.
It's like,
She'll be okay, right?
Hopefully.
I mean, it's Nico. She's like super strong.
Yes, and it isn't her first time encountering this.
And Nico was never seen.
Knowing how it works, the screaming and the scent of. Yes, she'll be fine. Everything will be fine. No reason to worry. The scent of death most definitely won't attract any unwanted Zuxais that.
Delris looks absolutely freaking terrified.
She'll be fine. I'm gonna stop talking now and I'm gonna go and forget about this conversation. Anybody want some drugs?
So, Kuiper and Alekxander.
Yep.
You two are up on the deck, just playing around and just testing out this fan as the citadel gets closer. You both start to hear this metallic dum 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 dum, like beating type of noise
Uh,
coming from behind you.
Turn around.
The frost guard is stood there behind you, and Umper is just kind of like on his shoulders, bashing him on the head with a club.
Why does that one get to fight?
that isn't much of a fight. He just looks at
Like
the guy completely oblivious to being hammered.
oh no. It's less a case of he's oblivious, and more a case of
Stop.
he would
stop.
heed the child if he was allowed to. But given he's been on the strict orders just to keep an eye over you and not to act on anything yet, he can't. So if he could do facial expressions, he would definitely have the facial expression of he is just sick of everyone's shit right now.
It's even worse though because Waffleberg had upgraded her weapon, so it's got like spikes on it
Yep.
and stuff now.
He's probably got a few in his
So
head.
like so it's like leaving like marks on his helmet, just like boom, boom, boom.
Kuiper's like, hey, don't
He's got-
look at me in that tone of voice. You didn't have to come with us.
It just slowly marches forward past you two, looks down towards the bridge, just in front of the citadel, and then just like motions off to the side of it.
We've
what is
made these sociopathic, emotionless creatures feel done with our shit.
I personally do not captain ship. That is up to a very insane bird. But if I had to guess, I think he's telling us where to land.
I may as well make a start. Waffleberg!
Does he look like he's trying to tell us where to land? Like,
Yeah, he's definitely pointing like where's a safe area to land.
right. Appreciated, man that I punched previously.
Kuiper will start to steer. He won't try and land it, obviously. Not yet, anyway.
Okay, so if you're trying to do this, because I believe you don't have the thing, you haven't learned yet how to do this.
The moment anybody who's not Waffleberg or Potoo touches that steering wheel, the chicken alarm is going off.
So yeah, Waffleberg, the chicken alarm goes off.
Waffleberg bolts up to the top deck, looking around. What's going on?
You didn't come soon enough. I said I'm steering. Come on.
Just pilot.
Waffleberg is walking over to Waffleberg is walking over to Moonman. He's going to give Moonman a lift because the wheel's set to Waffleberg's height. And then he is going to full on say, pull that lever.
No, I'm not pulling any levers.
Well, you're not going to be able to initiate the brakes if you don't pull the brake lever.
Oh, that one's the kill everyone. Excuse me for getting them mixed up. I'll reach for the lever.
Yep. You pull it and
No, not that one. That's the kill everyone lever.
No, it's not.
The small one. The small one.
Oh no, that's
He's
the
just
party time lever.
hovering his hand over all of the levers at this point, like, would you make your mind up?
They all look the same. I just want to point it out. They all look the same. They're the same color, same size, same shape.
There's even a launch Mariah lever.
He's just there pointing to each individual one. This one, this one, this one.
it just launches
No,
Mariah no matter
no.
whereabouts she is on the ship.
Waffleberg is going to go over to the very last lever. He's going to start to pull it. Oh, wait, nope, sorry, I forgot. That's the one that does the special thing. He's going to move just one over to the left, and he's going to pull that one as the ship starts to go into park by the bridge.
Yep.
And of course, you hear over the intercom, "We're landing! We're landing! We're landing! Get out of the way, bitches!"
Whereabouts has been pointed actually is to the side of the bridge. And as you start descending downwards, the bridge does start to come more and more into view. As you actually start to land, well, not land on it, but you go past it to the side. Start to head downwards towards the ice below. But the view that you get of the bridge does pretty much look like this.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm so used to anything being made large by it that's been a shit post. I always assume something's coming up.
It's that bridge.
Alexander, you
brilliant.
would know this bridge. This
Ah,
bridge has gone
probably.
by many titles, but it's mainly known as the Howling Abyss. Heroes come to the bridge,
Okay.
called to it by something from the unknown. They brave its bitter cold and crumbling deck to see what lies beyond, victory or death.
This sounds
So,
like it's very much up and
but as
So,
you, oop, go on.
oh, no.
But as you are going past it, going further down, below you just see a large field of ice ahead of you. And even from this height, the chill is biting to the skin. Aside from you, Alexander, you and Delris and Alari, if they're on deck, you wouldn't feel this. Everyone else are definitely feeling this, and you're not even landed yet.
It's me
Wait,
and Meat Man
this
doing the suck it cross sharps, lads.
is it pretty much a lake of frozen ice?
I'll let you make me a Arcana check.
So, I
Okay.
have a number of small questions. The first of which is, do we actually know where the bomb is? Or bombs, if there are multiple.
I think that's a
Uh,
no.
I'm going to take that as a no.
I'm not on deck. I can't get involved.
Kuiper,
Well,
Same.
you felt a bit of this chill before. Mainly from a certain item that someone else has in the party. And then you realize this giant lake of ice is true ice.
the second question. Oh,
So
no,
it practically has no chance of shattering.
Not by
No,
normal
we don't want
means.
to break it. We
Okay.
don't. We're here trying to stop it from breaking.
I have a second question. How do we intend to find it? You have no idea, do you?
Nope.
I suppose the mad bird does not know either.
Stellar just comes up, picks Umper up off the guy's shoulders, just looks at us like, you'll find that we surprisingly wing a lot of this as we go.
As long as there are not any closer bombs nearby, I do not know if your friend there makes them or just has them. I could possibly be of assistance in this matter.
Delris will come up above deck.
Yep.
You touch. You.
What's going on?
I
We
was
have to-
simply asking how we determine how are we going to find these bombs or bomb.
Oh, well, the guy told us where they were.
He said they were on the field.
Why have you not told anyone else this? Why does nobody else know that answer? Do any of you communicate?
Not really.
You'd
That's
be,
how we
I
get
mean,
around
at
in life.
least he's honest.
you'd be surprised.
So, how accurately have we been told where we're going? Down to the last coordinate, or just a general direction?
A general-ish direction.
And again, does anyone here already possess bombs on their person?
Why do you want bombs?
I do not want bombs, but my religious powers would allow me to find such an item, but only if it was the closest bomb.
Don't know. Mariah might have some.
Small
Waffleberg?
sociopathic child, where are you? You're
Right.
not a child. I've already been told this. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to get used to that one. Small sociopathic not child, where are you?
What do you want?
Do you have any bombs on you? Or do you make them as you go along?
How many?
Any.
Well, yeah, sure. Why not? I can explode for you.
No.
I'm sorry. I need to stop this a second. Does she actually possess bombs or does she just explode? She keeps saying this.
She is a bomb.
Actually a bomb?
She is a bomb, and Mariah, you are not exploding, and not until we require a big boom, and we don't require a big boom yet, so I'm not wasting you on this.
I do not
I
believe
have
that
a
someone...
cannon in my hair.
You have what in your hair?
A little cannon.
A small cannon in your hair.
She
Yeah.
actually fucking does. That's the funny part.
Nothing on this ship makes sense. But I
If I
suppose
also
you yourself are the bomb. The religious tenets would not allow me to search for a person, so might work. Ouch.
Oh, maybe if we get down on the ice.
I feel like your agenda is a very different agenda from ours.
You could be talking to any of us, and I wouldn't actually know.
I'm talking to you.
My agenda is here. I'm here to hit things.
I mean,
Very
if you
simple.
Yeah,
can,
that's fair.
if you can use that to find bombs from a bomb, all we need to do is find one, and then that should help with the rest. Yes.
I do not believe it works quite. No.
What the hell is
Well,
going
that's
on
the
in this?
thing. If we step down, if we go down onto the ice, you should be able to find it, right?
I
Or
should
at
be
least
able
one of them.
Well,
I
I
should
mean,
Dishes.
how are you finding them? Like, are you smelling them out?
I request on the power of Waffleberg, and if Waffleberg wills it, he will direct me towards my goal.
So
You're
you're
going on
using a
that
spell.
Yes, I am using a spell, if you must call it that.
What I missed?
Basic arcane 101.
We're discussing how to find.
Yes.
By now, the ship would have
I
landed.
didn't say don't use the spell. Go ahead and use the spell.
So the ship would have landed. Those of you who aren't resistant to true ice are definitely feeling the cold right around now. Which comes to the point where I do have to ask, do any of you have preparations for battling off the cold?
Yep. Kuiper's going to do a complete 180 and walk back into the fucking...
Yep, picking this race.
I imagine Potoo's probably got some warm clothing.
Delris just doesn't really care. She doesn't feel it.
Yep. That's what I mean. 2 of you are Iceborne, so 2 of you are fine for this. The big guy is Frost Guard. He's fine.
Like
Potoo has warm
Delris,
clothing. Waffleberg
Delris
has winter wear.
she literally wears true ice on her wrist.
Actually, if I recall right, you all bought winter wear, so Kuiper and
we
Mariah
did.
should be fine too.
I think the only problem area is going to be Potoo's feet. He's probably wrapped something on them.
You just get snowshoes. Literal just snowshoes.
That's what Waffleberg has.
Stellara will stay on the ship with your mother and Umpa.
You have custom-made bird shoes. They didn't have them in the other place.
Just kind of walks over to Stellara, gives her a hug, and says, "Thanks for watching them."
I really should start
Maybe
charging
Waffleberg's
to
an
be a
artificer.
babysitter.
Yes, but Potoo's not.
I mean,
So,
out of most of our bullshit by staying on the ship, so
It's okay. Just consider it yours and Kuiper's child.
no.
Why
oh,
are we saying no? It's just that's why they're watching over it. It's fluffy. It's small, which comes from Moonman's side, and it's smart and engineering, which comes from Stellara's side.
So, I can delete Pinco because Pinco isn't with us. Pinco is staying on the ship just to keep Nar busy.
Yeah, no, Kuiper actually did just do a complete 180. He's not dealing with that shit.
Okay, so are you staying on the boat as well, there?
Yep.
Okay. So I can delete Lyra and Kuiper.
so
Nice. Is anyone else staying on the boat, or is it everyone else heading off? You okay there?
Yeah, just hay fever stuff.
Are
Just
you?
making my on and making me tired.
Yeah. Are you staying on the boat or heading off?
Oh, I'm heading off the boat. I'm fine.
Okay. How about the rest of you?
I will leave Sharky and Nix on the boat, though.
Yeah.
Mariah will go.
Okay, Mariah's
Drac-
off the boat.
I'll leave the boat.
Yep. Waffleberg, Alekxander.
Waffleberg has like 7 coats on, like you know the stereotypical like cartoon puffball coats.
honestly,
He's
Cole,
got like those on. As Waffleberg is just like he's getting off the boat with like bird snowshoes.
Okay. The big guy's obviously heading off the boat as well, but he's there mainly to keep an eye on you all. So,
so there.
Oop.
So Delris, if I may ask, how
Hey?
exact were those instructions you were given? What do we know?
General explodey bad stuff information?
I meant more to do with where it was. Do we just know that it is in this area? Or do we at least have a direction to go off? I do not want to attempt to cast my spell if we're not as close as we should be.
We know that it's on this sheet of ice.
you would know that you're in roughly the correct area from what he said, due to
It's
the
rough.
stone locations.
It's roughly the right area because of the stones around and stuff.
May I send out Debbie to look?
I'm not the smart one.
Let me just look.
Waffleberg, staying true to his promise that he made several sessions back, is going to whack Delris over the head. Not hard enough to change them, but just like a thwack. As Waffleberg just looks at them, what did I say?
So,
I'm trying to find where I put the little icon.
But it's true. Alari knows more about this. She was the one who was out at the time.
That doesn't mean you're not the smart one.
There it is.
You're smart in your own way. Give yourself credit. Say it again, and I'll slap you with an eggplant.
I
like slapping.
Let me just sort this out quickly.
I do have to ask, what is with the eggplants?
Oh,
Don't ask. Just don't ask.
It
It's
is too
better
late.
if you don't.
I have already asked. I want to know what is up with the suicidal eggplants.
they like being eaten, and they're alive.
There you
That's
go.
Thank
about-
you. You just described everything I already knew. You don't even know where they came from yourself, do you?
No, we do. They
No.
Vandal City.
Vandal City. Never heard.
It's where the Yordles live.
Yordles. Never heard of them.
Points
Mariah's
to
just
Mariah. Points to Mariah.
Ah, it is full of sociopaths. I can see why you do not like that place. And I can see why they would come from that place.
Also, Potoo, I have given you control there of Devi, whereabouts are you sending Devi off to search?
I'd like to take the time to search around roughly this circle of stones right here where I'm blinking.
Okay.
A
So
lot to help
just move it up to there.
Well, yeah.
Make-
I would like to cast.
Yep.
No, I'll let you finish.
Okay. Well, first things first, make me an investigation check there, Potoo.
Right.
I'll let it be your investigation check because I know that you can see through Devi's eyes.
Right. That's a 19.
And 19. So as you're scouting around with Devi in this area, you do think you see something. I'm going to roll something quickly. Remind me again, what did you get for your investigation?
19.
Okay. So as you're scouting around, just tucked away in a part of the corner of a rock, you think you see one there.
We're going to clearly go closer to investigate this now.
Yep. Seems to be Zornite. Seems to be a bomb. Seems to contain, rather than your usual bomb ingredients, some various chemicals.
Waffleberg will probably be relying on you to help us deactivate these things since you know more about them.
Found one, Waffleberg.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, my job's not to deactivate them, but sure, let's do this anyways.
Well,
What?
I'm sure you know how to put them together, so you should have an idea of taking them apart, right?
You'd think so, but I know how to take people apart, but not to put them back together. So let's do this anyways. Where is it?
Over this way. Potoo's just going to fly this general direction.
Yep.
Do they look like they're proximity bombs?
You would need to get closer to find out, but given the ice, unless you have some way of getting over there normally, I will need from you a athletics. No, a dex check. Just a dex check.
This is why I fly.
From all of us?
From Waffleberg, because Waffleberg is an Iceborne.
Oh, right. What about Mariah, too?
Mariah would need it as well if Mariah starts to move.
Sorry, did you say this is why I fly to the Aarakocra who got his wing fucking bit off?
No, this is me saying it out.
I was gonna say, you're on a shit list now.
Never do that to you, although technically you do have a broom to fly on.
Waffleberg does have a broom to fly on, and he will be using that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the room for two on the broom, or is Mariah going to have to make me a dex check?
There is room for two because she's a Yordle. We have said in the past that because
is
Yordles are of a smaller size, they fit.
Yep.
Because we did it with Moonman.
Yep.
Also, I absolutely love
Mariah?
both the Iceborns arguing.
You
Or
watch
Potoo's-
Waffleberg pull out the broom, hop on it. Are you hopping on as well?
Yes.
So you both fly over on this broom to the location.
There are now added seats on the motor broom. Waffleberg will fly. Waffleberg will stay a little bit above, but he will also look down at it.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's not a proximity mine with how close everybody fucking just got to it.
It is.
I
I can tell you right now, it's not a prox mine.
So it's is it timed or triggered?
No. Triggered by a detonator.
Yeah.
It's triggered by a detonator.
Because he gave it to me.
Okay.
Well, Waffleberg will park the broom by the bomb, and he will look at the bomb. What do you need me to roll to dismantle? I do have the Artificer tool, which can basically be any tool, so I will make it into a whichever tool is required for this, which I'm going to assume is a trap. Would
Yep.
it be a trap tool?
It would be indeed.
Trap
Make me intelligence
Okay.
with advantage.
I think we should probably just stand back. There's no point on getting annihilated if it goes wrong.
You have such little faith, my friend.
He says, looking at you after rolling a natural 20 and just cutting the random wire.
While you're there, make me a intelligence check with advantage.
It is not a lack
Another
of
one.
faith.
To what?
It is
Waffleberg?
merely
Yeah.
my limits.
That is a. You said intelligence?
Yes.
That will be a.
I allowed this with advantage because these are Zornite. You're from Zorn. You should
Yeah.
know these.
That will be a 22.
These seem like highly powered, highly manufactured acids. It's less a case of using some kind of fire or explosion itself to melt the ice, but more quite literally using something that will just literally eat away the ice.
So, after seeing this, and after seeing the Waffleberg is now disarmed, the sea is putting this in his fucking bag of holding, just like, whoop, keep me that for later. We're gonna turn Mariah into a bigger bomb.
I'm going to. Oh,
Yes.
Roll me a perception.
I'm going to be completely honest. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. A lot easier than I thought it
As
would
you're watching this happen, the voice calls out once more. So close now. Just bring one of those cases over to us and trigger it for us.
Nah.
Make me a wisdom save.
The small one is talking to himself again. Should I be concerned?
95% of this party talks to themselves sometimes, so yes.
Oh,
I mean, I talk to myself.
That one.
Now the fail to get the stuff from everybody.
So, Mariah, without even thinking, you feel your body moving on its own will. As you wander over to here, pull out a briefcase that was hiding underneath some of the ice of the giant area there.
Is this briefcase? Oh yeah. Does Waffleberg see this?
And then you bring it over in this direction.
We
Can
see
I-
this.
I'm assuming Waffleberg sees this, and Waffleberg is going to stop her.
Make me perceptions.
I mean,
That
I
is a
was talking
23.
to her, but okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Alexander
that's
was
it.
indeed
That is a
talking to her,
20.
so Alexander, you can roll it with advantage.
Yeah, that
Roll
is
another
indeed a 23
perception.
for me as well.
So everyone
15.
but Delris sees this.
The moment that he sees her start walking off and doing that, Waffleberg's just like, Mariah!
Stop that.
No.
No.
Wait, what's
And
going on?
Waffleberg's going to,
Calm down.
he is going to pull from his bag the Mundo cupcake.
Here, Mariah. Come here. Come to the
Mariah,
cupcake. Come to the cupcake.
Mariah, make me a wisdom save with advantage.
I can't believe I kept the Mundo cupcake.
Yeah, the Mundo cupcake is actually enough to snap you out of it. You brought the suitcase over, you set it down, but as soon as you see the cupcake, it's like, oh.
I'm taking the cake.
Waffleberg's
and it's
yeah.
getting pulled this way.
Waffleberg's coming to it. He is not.
Hang on.
He's not letting it move anymore.
Delris, would you have rushed over there as well?
Hearing the commotion, yeah, she'd be like, wait, what's going
Okay.
on?
Then I want everyone to roll me a perception.
Goody, another one.
That's a natural 20.
Congratulations, you are now banned from going near bombs. You naughty thing.
Yep, you all get this because this is quite easy enough. You feel a gaze land on you all.
Is it me, or do you feel like we're being stared at? Is that your not speak?
Waffleberg's looking under the ice.
Yep. And something watches you straight back from under the ice.
Oh dear.
Oh, he's
What?
over there.
Well, Waffleberg is flipping them off with his metal arm. I've met scorpion monsters tougher than you.
Why is he giving the dirt to the floor?
And Waffleberg is going to deactivate the bomb with a 22.
Yep, that is another one
Um,
deactivated. But
getting away
yes,
from that
you all
creepy
do
eye.
indeed see a large eye watching you from under the ice.
Hey, big guy.
That's really fightable. I'm
Uh,
really sad. We just
I-
have to stop it.
Thing, But hey, big guy.
You're referring
It
to
just
Eyeball
looks
or
over.
myself?
Looking
Or
at the
him?
front.
Fine.
Frosco.
Looks
fuck off.
over,
Are you pretty strong?
nods.
Can you carry the bombs? Because remember, your boss said we had to put them on the ship.
Why does
He
he
wanders
do
off to this one, then just tosses it to one side because it's already an empty husk now that Waffleberg's stolen the acids.
Waffleberg's also taking the acid out of this one as well. He's gonna look back. That's Alari or Delris, whichever one you are right now. That's not gonna be a problem.
Well, can we get away from whatever that is?
Perhaps before we start concerning ourselves with Eyeball, perhaps we should double check that we have acquired all of the bombs.
Oh,
No,
God,
Matt.
Delris almost blends in with
Oh.
the eyeball.
Big question about the eyeball. Is the eyeball that color or is it a different color?
It is, if I just quickly look up. Because I believe there is a picture for this, but given it was just a giant picture in itself, I had to find a close thing. The eye itself seems to be a purplish color.
Hmm.
The ice around it
Hello.
also
Like-
seems to be tainted purplish black.
Just kind of like looking down. It's like, you're not getting out of there. That's the exact reason we're here.
Again,
There's-
Now,
I feel like instead of
It's-
talking to it, we should find bombs.
is it void purple or black?
Yes.
Waffleberg's gone.
Where's he
Lock-
gone?
He goes.
Waffleberg, well, he's not even running. He's just staring at it, a look of both fear and hate.
Waffleberg.
Waffleberg?
We sort of need him. He's the only one who seems to know how to save.
I need to
Alright.
get off the sand. Off the sand. Off the sand.
We're not, Waffleberg, we're not on the sand.
Just going to grab the
It's
broom.
under us.
I assume he's already got the acid in his pockets. Gonna try and.
Yeah,
drag-
he's already got the acid.
All right. I'm gonna try and drag the broom back to the boat with Waffleberg and Mariah. It's not on the.
Wait, we need to find the others.
Yes, well, we don't need him being discombobulated.
He's the one who knows how to disarm them.
Yes, but we need to get his brain back in the proper working order first.
It's under us. It's happening again.
That
All right,
was-
can I slap him?
You would remember that he specifically said there were 7.
Yeah. There's 7 of these things.
Potoo,
I-
make me an unarmed attack. Just a strep check.
All right. I would like to undiscombobulate my friend. That would be nice. That is a 22.
Waffleberg, make me a wisdom save with advantage.
What was that?
That
Was
is
off.
With advantage, that is a 13.
You come around slightly. Every sense is still telling you to get off the ice, but you also know that the mission is still quite important.
Like, Waffleberg, that thing down there is trapped. If we don't get rid of these bombs,
The faster we
It's
get rid of those, the sooner we can leave.
I'm going to go looking for a bomb.
Where is the next bomb? And we will deal with that, and then we will get off the sand, and we will never deal with the demons below again.
Right.
Yeah, there's like 7.
Gonna
If there is
send
7, then I must find at least 3 of my own peoples.
gonna send Devi off into this general area over here. And roll an investigation.
So if you're going there, I know Alexander said he was going to look for one as well, so Alexander's gone to there to check.
With
Uh,
my absolutely dreadful perception.
both of you make me investigations.
Oh god, even worse than a perception. I find my fate.
That is a 16.
You find one there. You find one up here on top of the ice stack.
Alright. Waffleberg, up top.
Waffleberg's flying up on his broom.
I am not finding any luck down here. I do not know if that
Delris,
is-
keep an eye on Mariah, please.
Okay. I'll
Mariah's just
be-
got frosting around her mouth at the moment.
I'm just holding on to her arm.
Just casually, don't let her lick anything. Get her tongue stuck to the ice.
I'm just like holding on to her arm.
I'll also remove these two because these two are obviously done. So Waffleberg, yet again, you know how to try and disarm it.
Yep. That is with advantage. That is a 19.
That's another one gone.
With disadvantage. Yeah, with disadvantage, that was a natural one, so thank God for Artificer tool.
Yep. That's another one gone.
Yeah. And then was there another one found as well?
No, Alexander failed in the investigation.
Guess I'll try over here.
Be following after them, dragging Mariah.
Okay,
Is that all
whereabouts
of
are
it?
you investigating then, Delris?
Wherever I'm. Oh no, you're talking to me.
Oh no, I was following after Waffleberg and that,
Oh,
but
okay.
I can perception around while I'm following them.
Well, investigation.
I'll investigate them,
Yeah.
but like, you know. No.
That one. No. Mariah, you can make me an investigation as well. As for you, Alexander, with that 14, you find. Let me see. Indeed, behind you, you find one of them tucked just under the ice of the large
I have
spire.
found explosive number 4. It's behind pillar. You call it a pillar. I do not think anyone heard.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone heard me. Yeah.
I think one of them heard me. What about the angry bird that hates everything?
Well,
That's the one I need.
Waffleberg will go over. He is not looking anywhere towards the eye or any of the purple glow.
Oh, with any luck, there's not any more over there.
There just seems to be like some tainting of the ice, but you don't see any eyes. Well, Waffleberg is rolling that since little sharky friend there has moved. The shark, you can make me another investigation. And let's see what Waffleberg gets for this.
Investigation. Oh, an investigation.
Yep, that's another one disabled.
I shall try over here.
Yep.
One investigation. Pretty crap. But...
Alexander, you don't find one. However, our little sharky friend finds another one on top of an ice spire. Here.
Oh, goody.
It would be at this time, Delris, you get a message.
Huh?
From Stellara. There seems to be a bit of commotion over here at the moment on the at the ship. I'm just gonna pull it up. I'm just gonna pull up at the moment. So I'm gonna try and land on the bridge.
What's going on?
There just seems to be some kind of issue here at the moment on the ice. Something's coming from the other side. At least that's what Nar seems to have seen. I'll try and get back on the bridge. Let us know when you got the bombs, and I'll try and get something to sort out. Okay? Don't
Let
worry,
me know if
Kate.
there's.
Oh, go on.
Let me know if there's any more trouble.
Of course. Don't worry. Kuiper's here to help out as well. Kuiper is diving.
Yeah, Kuiper is indoors, just doing absolutely nothing.
Kuiper just sat there drinking tea.
No, not even that. He took one look at the ice and just recoiled.
So, yes, you have found another one. I'm assuming Waffleberg is going to try and disable.
He already has.
Okay.
Unless you found a new one since.
Yeah,
then.
they found one down here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
Waffleberg will go ahead and try and disable that with a 21.
Yep. Since Alekxander's moved, Alekxander can make a new one. And given that the two would be coming down to catch up with the rest of them, Delris and Mariah can make me one as well.
Okay.
Alright, how many is that so far?
Just imagine them running around with like Mario Galaxy ice physics.
Mariah, investigation. Alekxander, you do indeed spot one on one of the smaller spires.
There is another one.
And Mariah actually spots one nestled under the ice here.
I do believe
Waffleberg's going to the one further away from the creature first.
Okay, so the one
But
near them two.
Oh, you found one.
That is another 18.
Yep, that's another one disabled.
Alekxander will head up and pull the bomb behind the pillar where he thinks the Waffleberg will
Make me
actually go.
make me an athletics to climb up the pillar.
Because at least one person needs to do something dumb here, and I'm the Barbarian.
Yep, you climb up there. So what
Just
were you
gonna
doing?
pick up the bomb and pull it behind the pillar where he thinks Waffleberg will prefer.
Okay.
Where the eye is not visible.
Make me a what would be the best way to do this?
Say intelligence and watch the world law.
No, it's not going to be an intelligence, because intelligence would be if you were trying to disable it yourself. You're more just trying to get this without jostling it too much. So
I was joking. I just looked for whatever had the lowest number.
I'll tell you Dex. Give me a Dex check.
A Dex check? That's not actually that great, but let's go. Oh no, everything dies.
Oh no!
So as you're heading over there, Waffleberg, you see Alekxander stood up there with the briefcase, and before he can even attempt to get back down, the briefcase slips out of his hand and starts to tumble towards the ice.
Oh god.
Would have thought it. Item that's been around ice is slippery. I should have seen it coming.
How far away am I?
You were over there-ish, so 50 foot. 55 foot. It'd be landing roughly here, so 50 foot.
Okay, would I be able to dash over there? To try?
Only if you let go of Mariah.
Shall I?
Waffleberg is going to. Oh no, it only works on creatures. I was gonna cast Featherfall on it, but it doesn't work like that.
Let go of Mariah and run over to try and catch it.
Yep. Potoo, I believe you were doing something as well.
No, if she's let go of Mariah, then
Okay.
she's already over there to catch it.
Make me a Dex check there, Delris.
That's
yeah, unfortunately, that is a fail.
Uh,
No, this is the point where I have to ask. I need one of you to give me this. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Oh boy.
Would
Shit a brick.
What were that, Dion?
would Delris just be able to jump up and grab it, even if it meant taking full damage?
Given that you had to run that way and this isn't too tall of a spire, the dex check I was having you do was to catch it. The dex check wasn't you running off to try and get it. It was to try and grab it.
Combat one with odds.
I'm the Dex character as well. That kind of sucks.
I know.
Oh
So,
lord.
But dizzy did.
Delris, you try to grab this briefcase. It slips out just before you can grab it. And it hits the ice with a loud crash. And you start to hear it go.
Catapult!
I would like to get off this pillar.
Can I just grab it?
I believe someone said catapult.
Waffleberg! Catapult!
Waffleberg's catapulting it.
Yep.
Waffleberg can catapult it 90 feet away. And he's catapulting it 90 feet away.
Straight up. Up in
Yep.
the air.
Yep.
Up in the air. Okay.
You
Away
want to go
Nope.
away from the eyeball?
Away from the ice.
I just
Wait,
have
no, the ship. Yeah, sure, up into the air. Waffleberg's not thinking straight.
I was about to say, I don't have it out to go straight up, but yes. So, as you try to get down from the rock there, Alexander, you hear the beeper get louder, and you see the briefcase just fly up into the air past you.
And that's one way of getting rid of it.
And then a large explosion happens in midair.
Oh god, that's acid. That's just going to rain.
Yep, and the acid begins to start to rain down on you all.
I would like to get under the pillar if I can.
Yep, Kuiper, you just watched an explosion happen in midair, and now you're just watching all this acid rain down on everyone.
Is there any
Lady-
under the pillar I
Yep.
can get?
I have a very insane thing I want to try and do.
Okay.
I want to use oh god. I want to use a key point for freedom of movement.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Sorry, Step of the Wind.
Okay.
So my jump distance is doubled. And I want to try and use the bow staff that I got,
Yeah.
which can segment itself,
Yes.
and basically spin it round to try and have it catch as much of the acid as possible
Okay.
Oh, not that
above
bloody
me
bad.
while jumping into the air, so that I'm trying to catch as much of it as I possibly fucking can with this bow staff.
You sure it won't melt through your bow staff?
It's magical. It won't melt.
So through ice.
So, yeah, True Ice is magical too.
We'll see what happens. It's the only way I can think to stop the true ice from getting hit.
Kuiper is also going to, after seeing the explosion, he's going to cast Floating Disc, and the range is going to be extended to 1 mile through
How
alchemical casting.
how many? Hang on. What's that?
It's
many
not
foot
very
is a
big.
mile?
Lots.
Yeah, definitely over this map. Not even a doubt in my mind. 1 mile in
it would
feet
be
is
5,280.
5,280.
Yeah. Kuiper
Bearing in
immediately
mind-
used an umbrella.
This floating disc is... How big is it?
I believe it's like big enough
It's
for
like 5 foot.
Yeah, it's quite
five
thick.
by 5. I believe.
3 feet in diameter.
Yep.
So it'll be enough for like maybe 2 people to hide under. It's going to be cast anywhere around here.
Oh, right. No. Wait.
Delris will also just kind of willingly take any acid damage that she gets hit with.
I was just getting confused now because it was like you said it was a mile wide.
No, not a mile wide. It's only because the range of it is 30 foot.
Huh.
So I had
It's
to extend it to
5
actually reach
foot.
you.
Okay. So what you're saying there is you could cast it a mile away.
I mean, if you want it to be a mile wide.
I was about
That
to say
would
a
be the
mile
biggest
wide
clutch of
would
all
quite
time.
literally save the entire ice. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. But no, if it's 5 foot, then
No.
yes. If you're casting it there, then roughly that keeps Delris and Waffleberg safe. Alekxander too, if he gets down. Potoo, this guy, and Mariah would have to
It's
make.
5 by 5.
Is it possible for me to quickly grab Mariah and then use a dash action to get away?
Dex check with disadvantage, I would say.
Okay.
To be fair, I'm going to have to make a dex check for the big guy too.
That is a 24. The other roll was a 25.
Yep, you managed to quickly swoop down, grab Mariah, and just drag her underneath the floating disc. Oh. Grab her
I'm
and bring her
dashing
underneath the
away
floating
from
disc.
the acid rain.
He's just realizing how small the floating disc was.
Yep.
One person can be saved under the floating disc. I mean,
I'm
to be
dashing
fair, hang
away
on.
from the acid rain.
Let me just try and get this correct then, because I got that wrong. So, if that's where the floating disc is, he's dex checked down has managed to get him underneath that ice pillar. Delris and Waffleberg, you're close enough to this one where you can just duck underneath it.
I'm not trying to.
Oh yeah, Waffleberg, you can duck
I'm
underneath this.
I'm trying to stop as much of the rain hitting the ice as possible.
Alekxander, you're on top of there, but if you make me an athletics, you could try and get under it. Jack?
Yeah.
If you make me an
Yeah,
athletics, you can try and climb down the pillar to get underneath it for safety. Yep, you managed to get underneath it. Waffleberg, are you getting underneath the pillar as well, or
What was that?
I'm asking Santa if he's getting underneath the pillar too.
Waffleberg's not getting anywhere close to the ground. He'll take the acid damage. He doesn't care.
Okay.
So long as that thing's under the ground, he's not touching it.
Potoo, you managed to just about drag Mariah underneath this one with you. So,
Yeesh.
I'm going to say the ship will be just about out of range of the acid. Like, a couple of the sides may get a little bit singed, but that's about it. But you said you were flicking your staff up to try and block as much of the acid as you can.
I'm basically jumping up into the air closer to the point of origin
Yep.
as it explodes. So I'm going to try and catch as much of it before it can fan out too much.
Make me a athletics.
Athletics.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, athletics is to jump. No, wait.
Can't I use acrobatics?
Yes. Sorry, I was getting confused. Athletics is to climb. 15, okay. So, you leap up, you start to spin your staff around to try and block as much of this acid as you can.
Yeah.
How high can you jump?
I can jump with Step of the Wind because it doubles my jump. Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. Those jumps always one of those things that's really weird in D&D 50. Because some things say one thing, others say the other. So, movement. 1 second.
It's okay. Don't worry.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Then I get this accurate. Jumping. Your strength determines how far you can jump. So it'd be 30 feet I can jump into the air.
Okay.
Unless I spend Step of the Wind to double it again, but it doesn't really matter.
No, because that would only be 60, meaning it's still 30 foot above you.
I could keep spending key points if you'd allow it.
Sparring. Get right underneath it, just start spinning your staff, even though you could just use it then to smack the thing away.
Yeah, but it still won't go away over the ice, basically.
I mean, depends on how hard you hit it.
Yeah, I don't have, like, hopes that Delris can hit it off the ice thing. But if I spend... So... Step 1, Step 2, 30... 60... So I spend 3 key points.
Yep.
I'd be able to get right up to it.
Yep. So you are right underneath it as you do so.
Spin.
So you are just trying to do the spin then.
Yeah, I'm trying to basically catch it by spinning the bow staff fast enough that it kind of just creates a shield.
You're trying to do a Jax move.
Question.
Yes.
These chemicals,
Yes.
are they flammable?
Make me an intelligence check with advantage, because
I don't actually have fire hair.
That's not what I'm saying. You can't cover the entire area.
I can. I'm right up
That
to it
is
as
that is an 18.
Yes, you'd say they're probably flammable.
So, when chemical burns, it's no longer acidic. How acids are. It does create a chemical burn effect, but the actual acidity is no longer an actual thing within the chemistry of the chemical. Depending on between it and the ground, how long before this acid would burn off.
So,
What?
Sorry. Between the acid fall on the ground, how long would it take for the acid to burn up? Would it burn up before it reaches the ground?
If it was set on fire at the source point itself. Some may land, but not as much.
Waffleberg will save Delris the possibility of the destruction of her magical weapon. And at the origin point, letting Delris know before she does this, Waffleberg is going to go ahead and upwards in the 15-foot cone. You will have moved Delris. He will go ahead and cast Burning Hands, shooting the fire to burn it up.
15 foot doesn't reach it. It's like 90 foot in the air.
Yeah, Waffleberg is flying up to the
Yeah,
origin
he's on the
point,
broom
and
next to you.
he's on his broom. Yeah.
Crap!
So you're there spinning your staff, getting ready to block it, And then you just see Waffleberg just fly up next to you on the broom and just use burning hands to set it on fire.
Crap.
Now here comes the interesting part, because I will say the fire will indeed hit, will indeed burn away this thing. Will burn away most of the acid to the point where it won't really be too effective. But unfortunately, there is still going to be something happening here. Because, yeah, that's going to create a small explosion.
At least
So,
I'm
Yeah,
resistant
but
to fire.
go on. Sorry.
I said at least I'm resistant to fire. That's literally all I said.
I thought Santa was going to say something too.
yes, if there would be an explosion, which is also why, because we are 90 foot up in the air. Waffleberg will go ahead and he is going to cast.
Don't.
Hmm.
You don't need to.
Don't need a what?
Featherfall, you don't need to do it.
Not casting Featherfall.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
No, I'm not casting Featherfall.
I was gonna say I'm a level 7 monk, I don't need Featherfall.
So, you are both taking...
Waffleberg is casting Warding Bond.
Is this a reaction?
It is a touch.
It's because it's more a case
So
of
if
this explosion is happening as soon as you've cast the burning hands. So it's more a case of would you have time to do this?
Well, if I'm already touching, and we're not in combat.
Yeah, but can you cast 2 spells at once?
No.
Out of combat. Out of combat, yeah, anybody can cast 2 spells at once. If we are considering this like a combat situation, no. But out of combat, yeah. But it's up to, are you considering this a combat situation with combat rules of the action economy? And in that case, no, it is not.
And is the spell that you're going to cast instantaneous? Let's put it that way. Because if so, then I guess if you're touching Delris while doing the burning hands, there would be a chance of this actually still proccing.
Yes, it is instantaneous. It
Okay.
is one action.
I'll allow it then.
Okay. It is Warding Bond. We gain +1 bonus to AC and all saving throws. And we also have resistance to all damage. However, for as long as the spell is up, the same amount of damage that she takes, I take, plus the amount of damage that I already take.
Fuck did you do that?
So she will be taking, because it stacks, so she will have resistance to resistance, so it'll be double halved. But I will be taking that as well.
Delris won't have resistance to this. Because even though you're using burning hands to set this thing on fire, it's not the fire that's causing damage to her, it's the explosion.
Oh, that's true. Well, Warding Bond now gives us both resistance, but I will be taking the full damage because she'll be taking damage as well.
An AoE effect.
Is this a what?
This is an AoE effect, right?
Yes.
So normally, if I wasn't in midair, I'd have to make a save to avoid it.
Mm-hmm. But that implies that you've got something to bounce off of or something to move on. If you're in midair, you really can't do that.
I was thinking of a
fucking kick off Waffleberg.
I can kick off Waffleberg.
Yeah, but Waffleberg is also in the air. Kicking off Waffleberg won't be really pushing you so much out the way as it is just pushing both you or Waffleberg slightly to the side and still making you take this.
I'd
I
still
love it when science is involved in D&D. This is amazing.
I'd still get my evasion though, technically, if I did it.
I will actually state that the only reason that might work is because Waffleberg is on the broom of flying, which is stationary.
That is fair.
Lay is. I'm sorry, Lay.
Pop up the rules
I
for
love
that thing,
you.
would you?
For evasion.
Yeah.
The broom of flying?
No, for the evasion.
Yes. Oh, for the evasion.
It's such a effect that allows you to make a dex save throw. Oh, let's take half damage. Okay.
Allows me to take no damage instead. So
It won't procs.
okay.
Do you know
That's
why?
fair. Why?
Because you're not getting a save.
That's
Oh
fair.
yeah, because it's okay. My warding bomb still works. Yeah.
You don't realise the biggest point of this isn't the case of this thing. It's my mind trying to go, what's a harsh yet balanced damage output here? How many
No.
d12s do I roll for this?
To be fair, I'd say it's like a fireball.
Yeah.
22 d12s.
Fireball.
Hey, Waffleberg has taken a lot of damage in the past and still survived. I've come out of 3 situations with only 1 hit point
Hang on.
and still walking.
Let me just remind myself something quickly because you said that.
Massive damage, dude.
Let me
If
just
we're
see.
taking that much damage,
You're
that's
not
death by massive damage.
You're not taking that much damage because I didn't roll that.
Oh.
It is going to be d6s, but it's not going to be 8d6.
22 d6.
It is going to be more along the lines of a 12d6.
That seems fair.
That's fair.
46 damage.
That is not my hit point maximum. That is not death by massive damage.
That's not death. Yep, nope, not death by massive damage either. Waffleberg is still up, although he is whee!
I take 20.
That's fine, because you're taking a bit
Oh,
more on top
no.
of this.
Yeah, we both have resistance to that, remember. So
You will have resistance to... Yeah, you do have resistance to that. And you'll have resistance to
Yeah,
this
we
next
both
one.
have we have resistance to all damage because of warding bomb.
I'm going to grab hold of Waffleberg, just by the way.
I mean, I've not done yet.
No, I know, but like as this is happening, I'm gonna because he was touching me already. I'm just gonna grab him.
It's 12d6 force damage, halved, because resistance.
Mm-hmm.
37 halved acid damage.
Wait, but the acid was burned up by the fire.
Not all of it was. Remember, I said that it would burn up a lot of it, but not all of it. Hence why it was only d6s.
Would my spinning of my not do anything for that?
No, because that would have stopped as soon as the boom went off.
Yeah.
Kuiper, you're up in the airboat at the moment.
Oh, it's flying?
Yeah. Because Stellara had to move it because you all saw some things from the other side of the boat heading towards it. Which I'm just going to say off top of the head now. Yeah, that was a vision from the Watchers. They were just trying to freak you out.
Okay, so I'm not dead.
How high is the ship?
The ship is now on the bridge.
Pretty high.
Yep.
Oh no.
You are not dead. Waffleberg is.
So Waffleberg's unconscious.
Be right back.
Technically, if we're not doing death by mass damage,
Well, no.
Waffleberg is on.
Different sources of damage, so it wouldn't trigger death by massive damage.
No, the first attack, which would have been half for you, would have been full for Waffleberg.
Yeah, but that's not your hit point maximum, is it?
No, but added with the warding bond.
No, but that's what I mean.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay, then if that is the case, then no, he is not dead. He's
Because
just
it's technically two different damage sources, which means it can't trigger death by massive damage. If it was one whole damage source, then it would.
So what I need to know
Okay.
is who's conscious and who's unconscious at the moment. Not you two.
Well, yes.
Okay, you still got Featherfall, don't you?
Nope. I have slow fall, which means I
grab onto the broom.
no, I'm good. So I fall to 90 feet. Roll your damage, Lee.
Wait. Pop up Slowfall quickly.
Slow fall allows me to use a reaction to reduce the damage by 5 times my monk level.
Okay. So
I
need
have
to
to know
work
the
out how
damage.
much fall damage would be 90 foot wise.
9d6.
Yeah.
9d6. Slash R 9d6. Remember, this will still be halved.
And then
Yep,
reduced by
that's
full
it.
fall.
It's reduced entirely anywhere.
Yeah.
Because I can reduce it by 35, so...
Is it
Yeah,
not
five
a
times your monk level.
concentration spell?
No.
Oh, okay. Sounds like a concentration spell. That's pretty dull.
Wait.
So, Waffleberg, because I was holding on to him, both take no fall damage.
Yep. But okay, I just need to look up something quickly. How
Delris.
long does it take someone to fall 90 foot?
It's 60
Warding
per round.
bond is no longer up, by the way.
Oh, okay,
Because
then
Waffleberg's
you are
unconscious.
then that isn't half then. So you would be taking 3 damage.
No. I wouldn't.
I thought you said that the maximum you could reduce it to by is 30.
35.
Oh, okay.
It's 5 times my monk level.
You do realise though that only affects you.
Not
Yeah,
if
that
I'm...
only affects
I
you.
if I land on my back with Waffleberg on top of me, he won't take any.
Is the most overthinking I've ever seen to someone falling in my life. I'm so glad I caused this.
I just Google something quickly. Just okay.
You're looking up falling speed.
No, I was actually looking up. Can Monk's Slowfall be used to catch/carry someone? And it says.
That is actually
It says row. No, the ability specifies falling damage you take, not falling damage anyone you are carrying takes. Your catching scenario is difficult to pull off given the action economy in Fifi, so while you can catch him and carry him down, he will be taking the fall damage.
I was already hold of him.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You don't need to try and catch him to do it, but go on.
Yes, so in scientific measure, essentially, your slow fall isn't it isn't slowing you. You're just not taking any of the damage. It's almost like like a cat falling, compared to Raw. So you were still holding Waffleberg. Despite this, scientifically, the momentum, the energy from both of them falling isn't affecting you, but still passing through you, and it's still passing through Waffleberg. So despite the fact that you're landing, you're still falling at the same speed, still holding on to Waffleberg. Waffleberg will still take the fall damage because the amount of him falling onto you will still be real for him. This isn't going to kill him. It'll just mean that I get like what is it for falling when you die? It's like 1 or 2 death saves. But he's still like, because of that, he is still real falling. Well, you're not. It's like you have an inbuilt cushion inside of you, but the outside of you is still hard.
Also, I've just thrown something in the D&D chat there. This is the kind of things this game makes me have to look up now. I actually found a chart where it says how much time it takes us all to free fall.
Well, like it's I don't know. I find that a bit strange though, because if you land in a way that causes you no damage, like as if a cat would, and you're holding on to someone in a way which would prevent them from actually hitting the floor.
I think it is what separates slow fall from feather fall. Feather fall actually slows, whereas slow fall doesn't. Which you really, it's a bit of a misnaming. The slow fall really shouldn't be called slow fall, because it doesn't slow you.
I don't know.
So
like,
it's
that's just me. I
so I
feel
will.
a bit of a dumb ruling for slow fall.
I mean, I will leave it up to you, lady, if you want me to take the death save fails or not.
I'm
Once he
gonna say,
landed,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say you will be still taking one, but it's just gonna be one death save.
Cool. That's
Has he landed?
fine with. You decided to stay on the ship.
No, I didn't.
No,
No,
Kuiper did.
he didn't. Oh yeah, Moonman decided to stay on the
Has
ship.
he landed?
It's just
He's landed on top of Delris.
bored as fuck. It's like,
No. Boop. Sorted. Calm your tits.
what you mean?
My tits are on fire. They will never be calmed.
Oh shit!
Calm
My
them anyway.
I'm
I will-
sorry, I just love that. Just this whole thing of how they go to survive or not. Doesn't matter as soon as they land. Lay on hands.
I
So,
give him 1 hit point because I might need it later if this thing gets very angry.
so, as we've always done with these kind of situations,
Dude.
Waffleberg, as soon as the explosion went off and you felt your skin start to burn, you found yourself plunged into darkness.
Oh, you're going to go see Lamb again.
There, Lamb and Wolf are just waiting. Lamb's just kind of tapping her hoof on the ground as she just watches, like, why must you always take so long to visit us? We've been waiting for so long for this.
Well, I mean, if I had it my way, I'd be much sooner. But, you know, things happen.
Yes, it would seem so. That group you're traveling with, the ones that we've met several times, they always have the way of defying us, or at least defying their time.
Yeah, they're very what's the word? Very rebellious, you know, youngins and whatnot.
Speaking of, I believe they're going to rebel once more against us for this.
You gotta hand it to them. They're good at what they do. But I guess until next time.
Yes, we'll have to tell your brother that he'll have to wait a while longer.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
until next time.
Any words that you want us to pass on to him?
I don't think I get that right, but I thank you for trying to give it to me. I think I will wait until I can give them to them myself. But until next time, bye!
And your eyes snap open to find Alekxander towering over you. And a very injured Delris underneath you.
Like,
Both of you okay?
ow.
Waffleberg is going to put a hand on Alexander.
Do I look okay?
The answer is
I feel fine. It also might be the fact of blood loss and chemical burns and the fact of hallucinations and whatnot. And yeah.
Remind me
Of course
quickly.
you feel fine. I have just healed you. That is my job.
Remind me quickly. How do you whisper stuff to people on here?
Slash
Uh,
W.
Slash W, then their name.
Okay.
it's kind of there, like, okay, how many more bombs do we need to get?
I do believe that was all of them, but do not quote myself.
Was that the
If you
seventh
wish,
one?
I
if
think
you
so.
wish,
That was the 7th one. I have 5 in my. Sorry, I have 6 in my, I think.
if you wish, I can double check to see if there is an 8th. I will not touch it this time.
Yeah, if you check. I need a second.
I will cast locate objects and ask for bombs.
That is all the bombs already found.
I'm
I
going
know
to
So
what
the
stop.
bombs
only
in the
ones that you're
area.
picking up are the ones that are in Waffleberg's bag.
I wouldn't have thought that still counts as bombs,
And
but
Pariah.
I'm going to start carrying Waffleberg back to the ship.
The
there are
ship
no more
is
bombs
on the
in
bridge
this
now.
area. Your information is correct. Do we just leave fucking I?
Uh,
I know what your
Uh,
bloody
um,
feelings
I'll
about
call Stellara. I'll call Stellara. It's like, Stellara!
hmm.
Stellara!
Also, yes, that's what's happening at the moment while this is happening, Josh. Just to give you an idea of what's
Okay.
happening there. Everyone else? You see a chain lowered down from the bridge towards you all.
Mm,
And you watch the frost guard just walk up and just grab onto it. And then look to the rest of you as if to motion to do the same.
Ah, right.
You grab on first, Waffleberg.
Birds grabbed on.
Oh, then Delris will grab on too.
She'll grab a hold.
Potoo, Mariah?
Sure, why not?
Okay, Mariah? Do we still have Rebecca?
Rebecca.
You grabbing hard?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you all grab on, you feel this chain start to get tugged and slowly risen upwards towards the bridge.
Mm.
And as you do so, your eyes catch over towards the ship to your right, with a shocked Kuiper and Stellara on board, just watching over. And then you realize none of them are pulling the chain up.
What's going on?
I do not know, but I say we do not look gift horse in mouth.
Who the pulling the chain?
The gift horse has been quite
That's
bad.
when you look
Hi,
over.
Moon Man!
That's when you look over to what has Kuiper a bit shell-shocked. As you see this guy pulling the chain up.
Oh!
I guess we're returning to Monkey.
He is
Grab the,
If you're,
he is a massive
If
troll
you're gonna
surrounded by
kill
other
me.
trolls.
Who are you?
Just looks at the
I'm
frost
not
guard.
ready for another fight.
None of you ever had to just not look gift horse in mouth. If they wanted to
go
kill
ahead.
it, they could drop at any point.
He just chuckles as he lets go of the chain as you all are on the bridge now. And he steps
Yeah.
to one side as a female voice calls out. He is with me. And yes, do not look a gift horse in the mouth. After all, I just saved your lives.
Who are you?
See,
Thank
do not look
you.
gift horse in mouth. Strange disembodied voice agrees.
I've never actually rode a horse before. You think me 300 years old, I'd have ridden a
You
horse.
see this person step out among the trolls.
Change that for me.
Oh, goody.
Hello. Nice to
Hey,
meet
I
you.
know you. Oh shit, I know this person. No, I don't. I
Alexander,
don't know this person.
Alexander, I'm not even going to make you roll for this. As soon as you see her, you shudder and actually feel a bit of fear. This is the
I wonder.
ice witch you've heard of so much.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Whoops.
I'm Delris. Hi. I don't believe we've met.
Lysandra.
Oh shit!
Alexander does possibly the quickest 180 you've ever seen.
That's
Back down the chain.
that's
Hi, Alessandra. I don't think I've
Your
met you
small,
before.
your small friend here has been keeping us quite some company while we've been waiting. And she just motions over to Kuiper. You will have
Miss
to show me that tea recipe, by the way. That was quite nice.
Miss Lysandra, may I ask why you're here?
Oh, right. Making sure that you did your job.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
So-
that's what I came here to do.
Oh, yeah,
What's
no.
up?
so
Potoo,
did she just think? Did she just think Kuiper for the tea recipe from the tea spell that Kuiper doesn't have? Does she not realize the difference between gravy, coffee, and tea?
she,
Waffleberg's the one with the tea smell.
she got the long straw and pulled the coffee.
yeah, she does
Oh.
not know the difference.
Oh, she just guzzled it like a shit ton of fucking gravy and was like, "Thank you for this tea." And it's like
It's probably why Kuiper,
Waffleberg's.
I'm assuming like Kuiper's both a mixture of shocked, but also laughing his ass off internally.
Yeah. Waffleberg looks at Moonman, shrugs
gives him a look of, oh god, what have I done?
Oh god.
She realizes it's coffee.
We did it. We got all the bombs and stuff.
As she approaches you, Delris, you notice as you look down, she doesn't seem to be walking as much as gliding, as black ice ripples along beside her and in front of her.
Is that going to be hard to clean up? Oh.
She just looks to you. She towers over. Actually, hang on. Before I even say she towers over you, how tall is she?
Lysandra is taller than most people because she's raised up by the ice.
Yep. Let me see, Lysandra. 6'4".
Yeah, she's exactly like a foot taller.
Ha!
Yep.
She's shorter than Potoo.
6'4"
That only
without
it
the ice plinth, so a bit taller with that.
A bit taller with that.
But she
She
will
just had a lucky-
lean down and place a hand under your chin and just raise your face up, Delris. And even though you do have iceborne heritage, this chills you to the bone to feel. Yes, I think this one will do quite nicely.
Wait, what?
No,
No.
not this again. No.
Oh no!
No.
Wait! Oh, hold on. Apparently, memo was not given. Waffleberg's looking between the trolls. Are there any frost guards?
There's a few scattered around, including the one that you've just pulled up with you.
Is there the frost guard commander that we talked to who can talk?
There isn't, but the one that you had with you all this time is just staring at the others, and they all just seem to be interlocked in gaze, as if they're just passing things along mentally.
Oh, well, Miss Lysandra, I'm not
Okay.
sure what you
Yeah.
want from me,
Yeah, this
but
is
we
memo.
have Shadow Isles things to deal with.
Yes, but that doesn't require all of you now, does it?
Kinda.
After all, you've got 2 iceborne with you.
3 technically.
Nope.
She just kind of waves over to you, Alexander, while you're on the ship, like, hello. I see you there.
Delris gotta go. 3 technically.
3?
No.
Who else is one?
No.
Oh, do tell me it's the small fuzzy one.
No. Damn it, I'm hearing it. Stop saying no, Alexander.
No.
Anyway, like, no, my sister is also iceborne.
And where is she?
Well, technically, right now we share a body.
Oh. In that case,
We're trying to fix that.
Yes, I'm taking this one.
No, no! Please don't.
Waffleberg is very quickly, with his metal arm, putting his metal arm in between Delris and Lysandra.
I apologize, but I believe that there was an agreement that this sort of conversation would wait till after our dealings with the Shadow Isles. And maybe it's because, you've got a big ass fucking Xerxai down in the ice, and just, putting this out there. Get the fucking memo, Charles.
A Xerxai. No, we don't have such pitiful things here. She'll actually head to
Don't
the
call it
side.
something worse.
She'll head to the side and look down. That right there is a watcher.
I don't give a shit. It hides below objects. It's a fucking coward. Anyways, just putting it out here.
Excuse me, what was that?
It is one of the
We-
watchers.
We'll get to it in a second, Nutman.
It is one of the
I
watchers.
don't want to talk about it.
Tiny fuzzy friend.
We-
One of
we-
the original Voidborn.
Miss Lysandra, we did have an agreement with your commander before
And
that we
agreement
do
was-
this. That we do this, but then we would be allowed to leave to go and deal with the Shadow Isles because it's affecting everywhere in Runeterra, not just the Shadow Isles anymore.
Yes.
They'll even come here. It has been here, but I don't think it's hit here yet. But it will come.
I'm just looking up something at the moment. Don't mind me. I'm gonna have to friggin' silence this as I look this up. Freljord. Whereabouts is this falling? Fun! Fun! That's what I wanted. Okay. She looks to you.
Oh, is it?
The Shadow Isles. Do you really think they can be a match for us?
I mean, with how much stronger they're becoming, they're apparently talking about someone. Did Potoo share the name that they were given from the sword, the Ruined King?
Yes, they did
Yes.
say the name of the room.
Like, they're apparently following someone called the Ruined King now, and he seems very powerful.
What is a king to a queen of ice?
Oh, it's a king of
well,
the undead if you really think about it.
Yeah, he commands the dead, so
It's hard to freeze things that can neither be frozen nor melted.
And from what another person has encountered, apparently they can do mind trick things now.
So,
control people's minds.
Yeah,
how so?
pretty
Who's...
I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it happened to someone that we know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
assume possession, like they're ghosts, so I assume they possess the individual's body, much like controlling a puppet, you know?
Kuiper and Alekxander, since you two are the furthest two back, and needing perceptions from you both. I know you're technically inside Alekxander, but you'll be able to see this through a window.
Oh shit.
Kuiper and Alekxander. Because yes, this was just a case of checking to see if you got nat ones. So even with that 3, you do see this, Kuiper.
My God. Oh Lord.
You look to the citadel and the walls surrounding it. And just at the very top, or just along the ridges, you swear you see a shimmering green. And then it begins to pour down like a mist.
Well, fuck.
Guess I'm back out of there like a bat out of hell.
Because I just looked
I
up
do not-
where... Because on Wild Rift at the moment, they've got like background showing where the ruination is falling in the places. Yep, it's the Frostguard Citadel and Howling Abyss where it's falling in Freljord.
Right. I do not give a shit what you are talking about. I'm sorry, very, very scary lady, but that should not be happening. If I may direct your attention to a very large citadel. What the fuck is
hey!
that?
Look, I'm too dead to deal with this at the moment.
It's exactly what we were talking about.
I'm starting to feel like we shouldn't talk about it. It seems to happen a lot.
I'm starting to feel like
Waffleberg, go lie down.
I
would, but a lot of people.
I do not think now is time to discuss whether people should be lying down. I think now it's time to discuss what the fuck we should be doing, because that is not natural.
We should be leaving.
If this is the
So,
Shadow Isles as you say it is, then me and my men will be able to at least hold it off for now.
Good. We're gonna go attack it at its source if you let us leave.
Make me a persuasion.
I'm not the persuasion twin. I'm not the persuasion.
I'm not the persuasion twin. I'm not the persuasion twin. Mariah's there, shotgun ready to knock you back to the other one.
Finger guns and everything, just Delris.
Very well.
Oh shit, that actually worked.
Just about. That was just
Oh,
about
God.
a pass. Ah, Fritz! Fritz, he sat on me and he's headbutting me.
Sounds like a curse.
Ah.
Ah, Fritz.
No, the worst part is he's shedding, so every time he headbutts me, he's causing me in his fur and it hurt. It doesn't hurt, it's just getting up my nose. Yeah. But yes. She looks to him. Fine. Get back to you. Fuck off, Fritz! He's close stuck in
wants
my
to
jumper.
be-
Shit, help. There we go. Sorry about that. Very well. Get back to your ship and do what you must. We will hold it off here.
Okay, then.
But
Leave.
when you're done with this, we will be wanting you back here. Either you or him, preferably you.
Preferably. Just preferably.
I mean, she
You know
counts as
what I
two
was-
minds in one.
Well, what I was gonna say is, like, me and my sister are trying to fix the whole one body thing, so you technically could get two if you wait.
I get two with you anyway. You both.
Yeah,
agree
but like
and don't
two
you?
that can do separate things.
I don't
Take the
need
time to
your advi-
discuss this.
I
We
don't-
really
Okay,
must
yeah.
go.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you for the mercy and the agreement and following up on the memo. Waffleberg is pushing Delris. Fare thee well. I'm dying. I'm going on to my ship. Potato, you're flying.
Right.
As you're doing so as well, as you're all heading back to the ship, Alekxander, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Someone's getting punched.
Roll an unarmed attack.
Because Alexander is spooked as fuck.
As you
I
turn,
do not have the highest strength despite being a barbarian.
as you turn to punch, a large, three-fingered hand catches your punch and laughs. And you see
Who
the
is it?
giant troll with the ice club looking down at you.
Hey, sorry, please don't come up on me like that. Why
look,
are you here?
You look strong. If you do
Yeah.
come back, we shall have a fight.
That's
One-on-one, club versus axe, and I'll show you why they call me the King of Trolls.
He kind of sounds like another person we know.
And now I know why I'm coming back.
Wow, Ranna. Oh, that is. No, you don't do that to your DM.
I didn't get it.
Oh,
I don't get it.
you'll.
Well, I wasn't
Just
talking about the voice.
I know, but I can't think what voice I did.
I'm not talking about the voice. The voice is different.
Are you talking about what Are you talking about what Darius said?
I'm talking about how Draven behaves.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no, Trundle and Draven have very similar personality in the game. Mostly
Yeah,
because Trundle.
That's what I was focusing
Trundle-
on. I wasn't even talking about the team.
I thought you were talking about the voice, and I'm like, no, Ranna, that's me. Don't.
But yeah,
Shame on you assuming that's what I'm thinking about.
he just smirks as you say that's a reason to come back. He's like, I'll be waiting. You know where to come find me.
We're going to war.
Leaving.
Go on.
Like, we're leaving now. Come on.
You're saying that despite the fact that Waffleberg has pushed you all the way to the boat already.
I know. So,
She's just hanging off the side of the boat, like, hurry up.
Lysandra just turns around to face the mist as it starts to come down, raises the cup to her lips, takes a sip. Who knew tea could be so meaty?
Waffleberg just looks at Moon. We'll laugh when we're gone.
It
Two's
lasts
just
that long.
there staring like.
So as you get
Oh,
ready
bird.
to take off, that is where we're going.
Let's-
You could be able to pilot ship more effectively if you were less injured.
That
Potoo
is-
is
Oh, go on.
Potoo's flying, not Waffleberg. He needs to rest.
Oh. Oh.
Why are you making that sound? I know how to pilot a ship.
Do you know how to pilot an airship?
I believe we've been over this before.
Yeah, well, we have been over this before. She does.
Oh,
Or
okay.
he does, sorry.
Yeah.
I think she is in Ranna, but Potoo does know how to pilot
That's
the,
fine.
um,
That's fine then.
fish.
Why did you let other birds take over ship? I was not expecting that.
So as you take
So?
off, head up into the sky as you watch the mist swarm towards them on the bridge. That is where we're going to end it for this week.
E.
So how is everybody? You met one of the only things in the world I won't punch. It's on one hand, the amount, and you found the big one. You found the middle finger of things I will not punch. It is long, it is fuck off. I don't punch it.
I would
That
like
was
to.
extra.
I would like to say that it's funny that out of everything Waffleberg has done, out of the amount of times that he has nearly committed suicide or thrown his life away to protect the party, this is the first time he has met the gods of death. Like I just want to state how funny it is that like they're just like, oh, we've been waiting for you. Like, why do you never? And Waffleberg's just like, they won't let me. I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest.
Alekxander has now found his new roles, Ultimate Death Wingman.
So
Like, ah.
also apologies for the spell effect conversation. It is the woe of playing Magic Casters
You were
sometimes.
just there, getting so into it. I'm just like, you're gonna land, I'm gonna boot you, Snow, and you're gonna shut the fuck up.
Also, sorry.
Well,
sorry.
it's not if you died from Magic Casters.
Also, sorry that part took so long there, Kuiper. I would have gotten back to you at some point to do some stuff, but
Oh no, it wasn't a. I'm completely fine with watching other people play for hours on end. But if 6 seconds becomes half an hour, I'm just like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing?
yeah, sorry.
It's all
So,
good.
with that, we will see you all next time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra.
No, you won't.
Bye bye.
There will be no more Runeterra to Dark Tides when we get back. I will fight it. I will win. I will beat its
Honestly-
issue check. You watch me.
Honestly, we actually haven't been on the ocean for a very long time. I just want to point that out. So our name, once again, is not correct.
The Dark Tides.
It's a good
Nonsense! We're freaking flying in a boat!
The Dark
What are you
Tide.
talking about?
Dark Tides of Zadabad.
No! No!